So that's kind of that generation that the guys that are entering the workforce now are probably the generation were raised, I guess, inadvertently raised by new technology, new digital devices. So, the guys sort of born around sort of 2004, 2005 when iPods, I think, when did iPod come out? Like 2002? So then,
That sounds about right, yeah.
yeah, and then the iPhones and then all of that. So we've kind of there's probably this generation where at the start, when we didn't know what we know now around technology and screen time, and we even saw that here in New Zealand, there was a lot of initial early adoption of technology, especially in classrooms, and it was almost the thing to do because it was almost it was in trend, it was in fashion, right? If you didn't have the technology and you weren't moving towards, then your kids are going to be missing out. And now we're seeing a pullback on that, like a lot of the places in Europe, for example, that initially led that phase of pulling that out and withdrawing a lot of their digital devices from classes. I'm not sure what it's like in the States, but we're
Yeah,
also
same.
seeing that a bit here. And then so now we've got a generation where I know for me and a lot of the people in my circles, we're kind of like, no screen time until, sort of the age of 3. And then also very particular on the types of shows that people are watching and on the types of devices people are watching. What impact do you think that from what you're seeing, what impact do you think that technology's had on that development? And do you think that we can turn that ship around?
Yes, absolutely, we can turn it around, and it has had catastrophic effects, especially on men, because of the P word, and I know there's certain algorithms that don't want us to say the actual word, but that
The P
that
to the O to
alone.
the R. Yeah, okay.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So
A few P words
so
around.
that, yeah, the one you can see on the screen and get addicted to. So that alone has, in my mind, has made the screens catastrophic, but there's so many other things. Any screen time, they've shown social media effects. It causes more depression, more anxiety, and that's not just because of what you're seeing on the screen. It's because your brain is literally getting weakened. Like, what I try to tell guys is, and women too, we got to let our brains rest. We're so afraid of boredom. We're so afraid of silence. And our brain is like a muscle. You have to let it rest. Like, Tom, if you and I went in the weight room and we started curling, but then we left the weight room and we kept curling all day and all night, like, you tell me what would happen to my biceps if I did that.
Well, they'd be incredibly sore. Probably wouldn't be able to extend my arm or move or do it. And you'd be too busy doing the bicep curls to live life and to be able to pick things up and enjoy the environment around you, right?
Exactly, exactly. I would think I would eventually like tear my bicep in half or some sort
Yeah.
of bad injury. And so if I want my biceps to grow stronger, I hit them hard and then I let them rest and recover. And it's the same thing with my brain. When we are watching something, we're asking the brain to do a lot of work. We might not necessarily feel it, but it's doing a lot of work and it's constantly working. We never let it rest. And especially we interfere with our own sleep because of the screen. So even during the sleep time, it never can fully recover. So what I try to tell guys is like, start with 30 seconds of silence today and just sit there either with your eyes open, staring at something or with your eyes closed and just let your brain do whatever it wants to do for 30 seconds. And it might get uncomfortable because you're not used to it, but tomorrow take it to 60 seconds. And the discomfort is good because the discomfort is showing like, wait, this isn't familiar, but if we push through what's not familiar, your brain starts to realize, I like this. I like this silence. This is rest and recovery, just like rest and recovery from a bicep. So long answer about the screens, but yeah, that's where I stand on those things.